The invasion of Iraq by America, the price of Iraqi debt went up. Debt trading is legal, but I was chatting to my Iraqi friend George about the ethics of this trade when we bumped into one of Britain's biggest debt traders. Julian Adams? Yeah. Hello there. Hi, my name's Mark Thomas from Channel 4. We're just doing some filming about... This is really bizarre because we're doing some filming about Iraqi debt. And I know you're a debt trader. This is George, who's from Iraq.
I'm from Iraq.
I know you actually trade in Iraqi debt, don't you? This is the buying at sort of however many cents.
Yeah, we invest in it. We invest in some. Yeah.
Well, we're doing a programme about the debt, and we want to. Would you give us some? Because we're trying to cancel it. Would you give us a bit of debt?
I'll have to come back to you.
I'll tell you what, because I know. I'll tell you what, because you've bought the debt. What did you buy? About a cent in the dollar. 2 cents in the dollar somewhere?
It's been trading at 10 cents pre-embargo, you know.
Right, and now when the war kicked off, that debt's worth what, 28 I read last?
Yeah, it went up because the embargo came off, you know, so that always Americans can buy.
So you're now going to be able to sell the debt at 28 cents in the dollar, which is a huge markup. That's a great markup, isn't it? But the debt's going to have a huge impact on, you know, ordinary Iraqis in trying to create stability, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean,
and we're just collecting. We're trying to lessen that debt, you see. So we thought if you've got a bit of spare debt lying around the office, that you could, and you can have George.
Yeah.
He'll come with you. He'll do you a year's work. In fact, George will do 16 grand's worth of work. How about that?
Yeah,
you can't get fairer than that. Okay, 16. You get a free Iraqi for a bit of debt.
How about that? What's he eat?
What does he eat? Well, food. He's a human. But isn't that going to help? Aren't there going to be debt? There's profit in debt. This time last year, debt traded at 8 cents. Now it's up to 28 cents. OK, well, listen, thank you very much for chatting to us, and have a good day with the debt. We wanted to keep the debtometer running during the adverts, but this doesn't fit the ITC rules. Iraq's debt has risen by nearly $250,000 since the programme began and is now $383,241,627.50. The interest on Iraq's national debt has increased over the break by $19,330.20. My mission to pay off Iraq's debt is going very well. £31.43. OK, there is another $383 billion yet to pay, but I feel very optimistic about the next one. Saddam-free Iraq has oil and valuable assets all over the world, but they can't be used to help the Iraqis while creditors have $383 billion of claims on them. This is the London branch of the Rafadain Bank, Iraq's top bank, closed since 1991. People who dealt with Saddam's regime have got their claws into it, claiming £6 billion worth of debt, and they're talking of selling it off to pay themselves back. If this is going to be sold off, I think it should be done to benefit the Iraqi people, not a bunch of creditors. I want to sell it off to help pay off some Iraqi debt, but it's really run down. So in order to increase its value, I've decided to spruce the bank up a bit, give it a makeover, a sort of financial Carol Smiley. If any of you have got any kind of like makeover patterns that you could suggest, some pastel shades, some cutouts, some stencils or anything like that, please come forward and suggest them. The bank here, I think it's valued at somewhere like 6 billion of the creditors have gone for. If the bank is liquidated, it's going to get about 0.01 pence in the pound, which isn't too great, as you can imagine. So every penny counts, literally. If any of you have any offers that you want to if any of you want to buy the bank, please come and speak to me about this. And we have got already from the crowd £5.08. Well done. Well done. £5.08. Well done. Thank you very much. There were no takers for the bank, so I had to look elsewhere to raise money. Here's someone who got one of our jumble bags in his letterbox. This is David Gore Booth, a powerful banker and one of the best connected people in the Middle East. He knows a lot about Iraq's debt. His own British Arab commercial bank is looking to collect $100 million from the Raffidain. He headed up the Middle East section at the Foreign Office during the period when arms-related equipment was secretly sold to Iraq. And he met Saddam's banker in London during sanctions. Now he is HSBC's top advisor riding shotgun into Iraq. Surely he can help. Is it possible to sign our little petition here? We call it for the cancellation of Iraq's national debt.
I'm a banker, for Christ's sake.
I know, but I tell you, we've got another one here which calls for the unconditional cancellation of Iraq, apart from the debt owed to the British Arab Commercial Bank, which you're a director of, which I think there's 100 million that the British Arab Commercial Bank is saying Iraq owes at the moment. So we figured you could either sign this one, which calls for the cancellation of all the debt except that bit, your bit, or HSBC own, what is it, 46.51% of British Arab Commercial Bank?
That's right.
And their pre-tax profits were 6.8 billion. So we figured you might lose the 100 million. What about it? Could you lose the 100 million?
This is an international issue and it will be settled through international channels.
I know, but
That's what I'm prepared to say.
Oh, I understand that, but you've got huge experience in Iraq. You're involved in all sorts of things. You go from the Foreign Office through to you're heading up the team into Iraq now for HSBC, aren't you?
No, that's being headed out of Dubai by our man out there. So
but you're an advisor.
Yes.
OK, well, you've had a lot of experience in Iraq, from the Scott report through to the work now. We left a little bag for jumble for Iraq to help. You didn't leave any jumble out. We're wondering, would you like to leave some jumble out because we're running it to cancel some of Iraq's debt? Or have you got any reason for no jumble?
It wasn't clear what the basis of that was. I don't react to these things in this way, and I don't actually appreciate being doorstepped at HSBC very much, too.
OK, well, thanks very much. We could give you more information on the jumble. OK, thank you. I've raised a few quid from some of the people who got Iraq into this mess, and now it's time to go after the British companies who are looking to profit from Iraq in the future. The UK's Iraq Industry Working Group is meeting at the DTI in London. Here, they are batting for Britain plc, and on the agenda, contracts and privatisations. I thought the delegates might give generously to my little Ali collecting doll. He is fully loaded with camera and microphone. Ali is a symbol of what we've done to Iraq, and I wanted to shock some cash out of the delegates.